Leptospirosis was first described by physician Adolf Wheel in 1886 in Germany. Inada and Ido discovered the causative agent of Wheel's disease in Japan in 1915 and later discovered the rat as one of the main causes of the disease in 1917. The disease is thought to have been introduced in Western Europe by Rattus norvegicus, which migrated from Eurasia into Western Europe. During World War I, an outbreak of French disease was discovered by German soldiers in the trenches in France, likely due to the wet conditions and rampant rat population and improper waste system. As well, soldiers on both sides contracted leptospirosis, though the numbers infected during the war were not known. Leptospirosis is an occupational hazard of rice harvesting, farming, veterinarian, sewage workers, soldiers, fish farmers, and those of water sports enthusiasts. Essentially anything where you come into contact with animals, urine, or water, there's a chance of getting leptospirosis.
So what is leptospirosis? This infection is caused by a spirochete bacterium from the genus Leptospira and is classified as a biphasic disease. 13 species cause disease in humans of the 21 species of Leptospira identified thus far. Typically, the incubation period in humans is 7 to 12 days with no symptoms. The first onset of the symptoms starts with fever, chills, and severe muscle aches, which generally last 3 to 7 days. The infection is called biphasic because after this 3 to 7 day period, the symptoms subside. However, this is only for 3 to 4 days. After this period, the hallmark of this infection appears to show as meningitis, when at this stage this infection is commonly referred to as Weil's disease, and during this stage excessive bleeding and liver failure is common. Only mammals are able to transmit the bacterium to humans, research has showed. Leptospirosis is transmitted by the urine of an affected animal and is contagious as long as the urine is still moist. Rodents were the first recognized carriers of leptospirosis and are considered the primary source of infection to human beings. Other mammals can transmit the infection, including rodents, mice, deer, hedgehog, cows, and sheep. It is also noted that the incidence of leptospirosis has been shown to correlate directly with the amount of rainfall in an area, making this infection common in wet climates.
In January 2013, WHO reinstated lepto as a national notifiable disease. To prevent lepto, the government is using education, telling people to not swim in contaminated waters such as streams or ponds, pools that might have been urinated in by animals, especially people involved in adventure racing. Canines are especially vulnerable to becoming infected with lepto from coming into contact with other animals that were infected. Medical response: if you've been infected with lepto, it is important to get on an antibiotic treatment as soon as possible. There's no vaccine for humans that is noticed by WHO. However, there is a vaccination for animals that is recommended by veterinarians in many states throughout the United States.
In May 2017, there were 7 cases of leptospirosis in Tucson. This was confirmed through Arizona's Department of Agriculture, and there were no human cases. Leptospirosis just isn't on Tucson's radar. It's too dry of a climate, and it's seen mostly in the south and northeast regions. No one's quite sure why there's been an increase in Arizona. It's thought to be because of travelers coming in and out from those regions. Leptospirosis is notorious for spreading through dog parks. This is easily prevented by having your dog vaccinated and making sure they're not drinking from any standalone sources in the park itself, like water bowls or puddles.
So, lesson learned, just don't eat yellow snow.